we're here because for the people that I saw all year, y'all been really consistent. You know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all get enough credit for that. I think y'all take more of an ass whooping than y'all actually do credit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like your kid. You keep telling your kid what they're doing wrong and not telling them what they're doing right. They're just going to be like, you know, I'm a fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? So I think moments like this right here are necessary. And y'all actually had a really strong year. Like I said, each one of y'all have a very unique story. So first and foremost, I want to introduce everyone. We have Todd Graves right here, who is an artist, producer. We can add acting to it as well, because you did some acting and shit with your mans in there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We got Zabo Gotti. He's an actor as well. He killed it in The Good, the Bad, the Lucky. He's an actual performer, and I like to say a Trilla superstar. I'm pronouncing that name right? Trilla? That's what it is?
Trilla.
Trilla? Yeah, because you be on there.
Oh, Trilla.
Between you and the baby, y'all be going crazy. I don't know who goes, whatever the case might be, but he's an artist, he's an actor, as well as a hell of a performer. That's one thing. When I say the stars in the upstate, anyone can say I'm like, Zabo's one or two of them. He's a star, hands down. We have Days on 85, who is a producer, songwriter, singer. Now, newly podcaster with Days. Yeah. We consider that a podcast, correct?
It's conversations.
Show host.
Show host. Okay, we go with show host. So we got Mr. Days on 85. We got Tariq, which some would definitely argue the face of South Carolina battle rap right now, who's also a producer, who is also an artist. We have Mr. Cartier Camo, who is an artist, who's also an actor. You made, was this your acting debut?
Yeah.
Right here, acting debut, and you are also a show host as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we got me, old guy more just like to talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, I would like to start this conversation off. What does consistency look like for you? When you started your year off, I'm not too sure if you had a mood board or whatever. What was consistency for y'all?
I'll go ahead and say for me, consistency just means like every day getting better, every day striving for something, and giving the people what your craft is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to have your hard drive full of, you know, your craft if you can't give it to the people. So consistency for me is like going out there and working. Like, McDonald's workers got to go out there every day and make them burgers.
Absolutely.
So they got to be consistent. So we got to go out there and provide our services every day.
But as an artist, what was on your mood board though?
As an artist?
For 2024, because we've had conversations in private.
Yeah.
And here we are, we got what, 5 weeks left in this year?
Mm-hmm.
You still got about a project or two.
Two
of your personal joints that you're dropping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you had to have a hell of a fucking board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know for me, like, anybody who works with me, they know, like, I'm just working, I'm going. Mm-hmm. So I didn't necessarily have like a vision board or a mood board or anything like that I was operating off of. I'm very spiritual, so, you know, just when God tells me to move, I'm gonna move. So for me, it was, I heard, you know, get in shape, get right, get mentally prepared, and then go. Like, so that's all I've been hearing is go, go, go. Because the moment we start to slow down, people forget about us. And so you can't allow people.
Absolutely.
If Tyreek's having an amazing year and he's going crazy for 6 months, but he take 8 months off, it's like that 6 months didn't mean anything no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the consistency of like keep on going, because you love to do it anyway while we taking breaks.
And you know what? I had an issue with that as I was getting prepared for this, because I was trying to pick the people that I saw, but I'm like, okay, they haven't done nothing in the last 3 months. As a matter of fact, I think I spoke to Luck about it. They haven't done nothing in the last 3 months, but they started off the year retarded, like 6, 7 months, like foot to, you know what I mean? So I'm like, do we overlook that? To what you were just saying.
I don't think we overlook it. I think it's just, if you have somebody else who's doing more in that time span, right? It's like, that's gonna look sexy.
And that lapse?
Yeah, it's pretty much like if you start off doing a mile, you did your 4 laps, but I did 4 laps too, and now I'm on 8, but you still got 4. It's like I'm beating you at this moment, right? And it's like, realistically, especially if you're looking at somebody who got high quality stuff, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the quality and the quantity, if you can do both at the same time, all right, cool. Like, right, Kendrick just dropped the other day.
And I think that's so crazy. I said that I think we should have a cutoff date for album of the year. Yeah. I think the album of the year should cut off October 31st.
Yeah.
Because we're totally forgetting about everyone else that dropped something early in this year. Mm-hmm. So Zabo, someone like you, like, I guess we could say you went viral at the top of the year when you did that Offset cover. I'm looking at it like, all right, one, you killed it. Then when I was looking at those numbers, they were flying.
Yeah.
So did that actually, what did that do for you as an artist? Like, damn, this is January 9th, and I'm already doing this. I got a whole 12 more months to go.
Yeah.
So how was that right there?
I ain't gonna lie, like, because now content is king, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really chill, I'm laid back, but I like to perform as well, but it's like the social media game, I'm not all the way on there, you know what I'm saying? Especially now, because I'm older, like, I knew what I wanted to wear for that one because of the vibe for it. And then I shot it with Adam Black, you know, he got the background right for me. And I guess it was just attractive just to the eye because you don't know what can go off. I don't think that's the best song I done ever made, but I can't even take all the credit for it. You know, Adam Black had all that with the green screen, so he could just make it what it needed to be, you know what I'm saying?
So for me, if you notice, my first response was, wow, sometimes you gotta remind them, consistency matters. I already knew I was gonna call you and I seen that right there. I don't know if you picked up on that or not, but how was your year started? Did you have a mood board?
I definitely had a list of things I wanted to check off for the year. The getting a movie roles one, the starting a show, podcast, if you want to call it, that was on there. Aside from real life shit, you know, big father's goals and you know, all that type of stuff. But yeah, I started out with a list, and for me, that was it because I'm not really that type of person. But I was like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try if I make this list and put it up while I walk past it every day. You know, it kind of just helped me like. It's keep it to the front of my mind instead of letting it fall to the back of my mind. So I definitely started off with a list, and I ain't mark off everything, but as I was reflecting that day when I made that post, I was like, I did. If you know, because sometimes us as creators, artists, whatever you know, you consider yourself as, when you feel like he was saying, when somebody dropping every month, you're like, damn, but I got to step it up. But I do feel like consistency can be relative. Cause okay, say you only dropped once this year and everybody else been dropping crazy. But if you being consistent in your own right, cause you done dropped an album every year for the last 6 years. If you look at it like that, so it just depends on which way you look at it.
And I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So you even made a statement just now. So do you base your consistency on what your peers?
I try not to do that. I try to just, you know, everybody in our own race, but I do, you know, get inspiration and stuff off of it. When I see, boy, bro, working, bro, been going crazy, I got to, and it kind of inspire you to get back creating if you might have not been in the creative mood.
Ty, what about you?
Yeah, like I did feel like at a point where everybody was dropping around the city and stuff. Felt like I had to keep up with everybody else. I see you posting this person and this person and this person. I'm gonna drop a song every month next year. So I proceeded to do that. And then at a point during, I want to say maybe about April, about my birthday, I was like, you know what? I don't care what everybody else got going on. I don't care what everybody else is doing, what the sound sounds like and nothing like that. I'm dropping what I like. I'm dropping what I feel like I want to do. And it's like ever since I've done that musically, I feel like I've been breathing more fresh air. You feel me?
Okay.
So it's like, you know, the performances with the songs dropping. Speaking of dropping my album on December 15th, all the songs that I dropped this year, putting them all in a big album, and then I already finished the album, turned it in. Now I'm working on next year's album. And it was April.
Okay, I was like, you missed 1 month. I'm like, I wonder why you missed that month. Was it one of those things where you was just taking a break? Tariq, well, someone like you, again, face the South Carolina battle rap. I was going through your catalog. I'm like, this dude's battling like almost every other month, and you're catching a flight. You're not just going up the road. You're in New York. You know what I'm saying? You're in Atlanta. Like you got a show next Sunday. What is your process like as far as consistency? Because you said off camera this wasn't your goal, right? This was just to keep the tools sharp. So here we are at the face. You're juggling being the face battle rap, but you also want to continue being a producer and an artist. How does that work?
So it's about to take what you just said in regards to the battle rap thing, and then when you have these other hats that you can wear, especially when your peers believe that you can do different things at high levels. The question that I had to ask myself is, how am I going to be able to go in all these different directions and still reach a certain height? Because I have this conflicting idea that I believe in, which is essentialism, meaning I can either go 100% in this area or I can go 10% in 10 different areas and not really achieve anything. And so it's just like, how do I be great in all these different places? And one of the things that I figured out is this year is going to be the year that I'm very dedicated to my discipline and those processes that keep me grounded in just simple things. Like now I'm doing this thing where I try to wake up and read within the first hour of me being awake, because I'll be transparent. I have to grab my phone quickly when I wake up. You know, so just those things. And then the other thing for me, consistency, is breaking down, like, what's the saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's just like putting that one foot in front of the other. I know if I have to walk a mile, I'm going to walk that mile. I can run it, I can jog it, but at the end of the day, one limb is going to be in front of the other. So what does that look like in my systems and behind the scenes, in my discipline? What are my habits? What are the things that I'm putting in place for myself? And that's been the difference this year. Just like, no negotiations, you know, it's non-negotiable. We're going to be disciplined behind the scenes. We're going to be readers. We're going to write a little bit each day. Luck can tell you, I've been kind of slow lately, but we're in a group chat and I'll just send beats that I think are trash. Like, hey, y'all, all 6 of these beats I think is trash, but look, this is what I've been doing. Those are the things I think that make a huge difference. And then you see the output, and the output is just phenomenal when you're disciplined. That's what consistency looks like.
So, what did you have to sacrifice for that consistency?
Literally looking around and seeing like what's taking up my time. For some people that's gonna be drinking, for some people that's gonna be women, for some people that's gonna be things that ain't that bad. Like, you know, I might be a workaholic, like at my actual 9 to 5, I might spend too much time at my job, or I might have these places where I'm invested where I need to pull back. Even in things that you do that aren't bad at all, like I don't know. Let me try to think of an example. Let's say you only needed to go to the gym for an hour, but you're spending 2 in there. You might say, you know, I could cut that other hour off and spend that hour in the studio or something like that. So just looking at where am I spending my time, looking at your time as actual money and dollars, and like how can I spend that money in better places.
That's what is it something that you actually sacrificed? We had this conversation earlier this year. What were some of the things that you sacrificed in order to be as consistent as you are? Because you dropped your project, what was it, July?
Yeah, July.
And you dropped another one a month later, if I'm not mistaken. Then you dropped another one, not even a month later, I think it was a few weeks later. And then you said, yo, I got 2 more I'm going to do. On top of everything else, because like you said, you started a platform, a conversational platform, right?
Sure.
You started a platform, Days with Days. You also was recording a sitcom, I'm not too sure if you want to discuss.
So that was the first thing. Like I said, I'm a very spiritual person. So like talking to God and being intentional about what I wanted, and I wanted my parents to match who I was supposed to be, right? And that was the main thing. Like, so becoming vegan, right? That was a whole life change, right? And then the main sacrifice for me is rest. I don't rest at all like that, to be real with you. Like I probably get 3-4 hours of sleep, you know what I'm saying, which is not healthy. I tell you guys, y'all know that. It's not healthy. But if I'm asleep for too long, I'll wake myself up because I gotta get to it, because I enjoy spending time with my family, so I'm not gonna take no time from them. My sacrifice is rest, because I don't know how to rest. I don't know how to relax half the time. So like I'll be sitting around, I'm like, dang, I could do something like this. And if I hear a dope song, I'm like, I gotta make another dope song. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how my brain is wired. If I watch a TV show, I'll call Snook and be like, I got an idea for a show. I'll call Black and be like, I got an idea for this. So I sacrifice a lot of rest, but I'm 33 and I look at it like this. I can rest when I'm 66, 70 or whatever. When I get to a point to where it's like, I've done enough. If I'm resting just to say I rested, that feels like I'm doing myself a disservice.
Wasting some time.
Yeah, I could be doing something. That's rest for me. Like, if we can quantify it, that's rest for me when I get to go to the studio.
Yeah, when you flicking through those channels of making music, writing music, memorizing a script, getting ready for your show, what are some of the things that you're actually sacrificing?
Like bro said, man, I got a family, I got a wife and kids that I'm sacrificing time from right now while we doing this. But when I was doing that show, we started doing that show, I think February, yeah, okay, almost month, February. So we do that every other week. So that's time away from the family. When I go record and stuff at the studio, the time is the main thing. But dollars that you would have spent elsewhere is like bro said, you gotta evaluate everything and realize, dang, I've been spending too much money over here, too much time over here, and it ain't really showing to be lucrative, so I got to reevaluate things. So that's kind of what it was like for me.
So with everything it is that y'all are working on, where does the branding, the marketing, the getting the stuff out there? Because like I said, most artists, they put a lot of time into their music or their product. Let's just say product. It's not as much time going towards to put it in front of the right people's eyes. Because it's different between advertising and marketing. Advertising is just saying I got a product, check me out. Marketing is like, yo, okay, I got red hats. I see you got a red hat. You should come check me out. You understand what I'm saying? So where does that time come from?
Good question.
It's like, I mean, as an artist, or any type of creative, it's something you have to do. One of the things that I'm appreciative from the COVID era is TikTok. And it's gonna sound crazy saying this, but you get to watch. I'm gonna try to word this in the most diplomatic way, because it's talented people on TikTok, right? But a lot of times we've seen people who are just consistent, and they've taken this, I hate to say this, mediocre piece of art, but they kept feeding it to the point where people, even whether they like it or not, they were invested to see what this is about, and it's always in your face. Even if it's something that just doesn't resonate with us, at some point we might click it and see, like, let me see if this song is good. So seeing that, and a lot of times, like in any field, just seeing somebody be more consistent than an extremely talented person is like a chin check. If your pride and your ego is in check, to see somebody getting the visibility that you should get, and you actually have the talent. The only thing they're doing is being consistent. So it's like, what am I not doing, or what can I borrow from their system? And I get to add on the part that, I have the talent or I have the work ethic. So I appreciate that from the TikTok era. It reminded us about how we have to keep feeding. Now, the way we do it doesn't have to be that formula. We need to sit down with ourselves and figure out, what is my way to feed my product to the masses. And then, find the system. And that doesn't, you don't figure that out in one night.
It's a trial.
Trial, you keep trying different things, and then it's, once I hate that we keep, well, I'm not even gonna say hate, but I appreciate that we keep circling back to consistency, because you got to consistently fail in trying to find your system until you find it, and then you find it, and then now.
And the crazy thing about that, even when you find that, because things are moving so quick, that may not even work the next album.
No.
It may not even work the next project. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because someone else is on that right now. And people, we was talking about buffets prior to, rather, the room was talking about buffets. You go to a buffet not for quality food, you go for abundance. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's what TikTok will be.
Right.
TikTok, don't get me wrong, like you said, there is some talented people on there, but I don't want to dissect all that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
I want to say it's something I had to kind of begin to realize, because yeah, I mean, a lot of us as artists, we try to wear all the hats, because you do have to be the marketer and everything else. But some people, you got to realize, hey man, I'm good at being the artist, creating the art. Sometimes you got to team up with some people that their specialty is the marketing and getting it in people's face. And everybody, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people try to wear all the hats sometimes because you can't afford to build this team that you need or whatever, however they look at it. But I mean, it's always good to try to teach yourself those things and become familiar with those sides too, but that ain't for everybody. Everybody is not good at marketing just because you can make dope content.
Nah, it's, I was actually talking to someone last night. One of my goals for next year is to be more independent versus dependent.
Yep.
So in that right there situation, I think it's good to form an assembly line. You know what I'm saying? You make the music, you focus on your artistry. Let's try to get it to somebody else. Because you may not, most artists aren't talking outside the booth. You know what I'm saying? Most artists, you put a microphone in front of without no beat, without no booth, they're gonna be like, yeah, if you know, you know. I don't. That's why we're here having this conversation, you know what I'm saying? So, how do you feel about TikTok? Because you're on a trip.
Well, brother made a real good point, bro. That was a great point. I feel the exact same way about that. Trying to do everything, like even aside from that trip and TikTok, like that was a good ass point, bro. Cause that's how you try to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got everybody to do X, Y, Z, so I'm gonna try to do it all, but it's hard to do everything. Like it's hard to do everything. You ain't got all the money for every vision that you got in your mind, and you might not have all the right people to bring them to life. And that's the hardest part about staying consistent. Even though people might look at me and be like, Zabo consistent or whatever, he always, but still, like, it's so much more I really want to be doing. Or it's certain things that I do that I really want to be up there. And to me, it's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't where it belongs. And it's maybe it might be because I'm trying to do it all by myself. You feel me? Like,
yeah, I would say to go off with like both what y'all just said, like building a team. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main focus. Like, and I know for me, and I can speak on my situation. Like, I've been granted, I've been blessed to have a great team that I've been able to put myself around and assemble. And I think a lot of them, like, we all have the same vision. We all have the same like goals in hand. So, and we all want to exude that consistency part, right? So if one person is falling off, we can hold each other accountable too. I can be like, hey, you said you was gonna do that, right? Oh, I understand, but you said you was gonna do that. And we gotta have that. We gotta have that brotherhood, or you know what I'm saying, you know, we got breed too, so you know, our sister too, like just talking to people and being like, hey, you said you was gonna do this, let's do it. And because I'm one of them people too, I'm gonna hold you accountable because I know this is what I want. I ain't no plan B. You feel me? Like I even like B's in school, even the age. So like this is something to where it's like I gotta do that. So when I'm talking to Black, it's many nights we both tired and it's like, hey bro, we gotta edit this. Alright, cool. Or like I might be super duper tired. Like we drove back from Orlando last week and the next day we was back on editing the show. I could have took a day off and been like, yeah, let me chill. Nah, I was back in the studio too. I had 3 sessions as soon as I got back. So with stuff like that though, I know they looking at me to be consistent and I gotta look at them to be consistent. So that's the main thing. It's easier said than done, obviously, because you gotta find the right people. And also too, what I would say, because I made this mistake in the past, trying to put people in positions that they don't want to be in. So you be like, yeah, you gonna be this for me. And they'll do it because you asked them, but then when they'll start telling off of it because they don't really want to do that.
Absolutely.
So it's plenty of people now with social media. You can find somebody who wanna, if you really like that, if you really who you say you are, you really who you think you are,
Absolutely.
somebody will come work for you in that way, and they'll do it because they believe in you.
There's more people out there that's willing to help, you know what I'm saying, than there is that isn't.
Facts.
If you're serious about, and they're a fan of what you do.
Facts.
That's facts.
This topic is also like, I just thought about it, I was thinking about it as I was talking. It's a testament to what Rome has done for many artists over the past years. Like, I can only imagine as an artist being able to, hey, let's work on a project. All you gotta think about is your art. That's all you gotta think about. It's other things that I'm gonna worry about. I'll carry that weight. I just want you to come in and make your music. You know, us artists, we assume, or we start off just doing so many things on our own. When you have somebody who comes in and does like, hey, I'm gonna take A, B, C, and D away from you. You focus on mainly A. Sometimes you might go, you know, be a little me and you will meet at B. And even if I need you at B, C, D, I'll tell you, meet me at C real quick, boom, 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 and go back to A. Imagine being able to just be at A instead of having to spread yourself out to all these different places. So I get to be consistently.
Why do you think that's not more common? Do you think it's an ego thing? I believe it's really an ego. I think everybody wants to be Hope. Nobody wants to be Tata. Nobody wants to be Emery. Nobody wants to be considered someone's little man. Everyone wants to be the big guy. And I think that's where a lot of things don't get completed, even started. And you actually lose a relationship off the strength of it, which is the craziest thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a conditioning thing, man. So it's just like, if I've been, and I spend a lot of time just trying to put even if I just completely don't understand why somebody acts like that, but the only way to see the way somebody thinks or responds to things is to put yourselves in their shoes, and then maybe you can help them get to your place. Like, for example, this might seem far off, but I'm connected all together. Think about a single mom, right?
I feel like you're about to start rapping. I feel like you're about to. Well, go ahead.
Think about like a single mom, and shout out to all the single moms. I was raised by a single mom. Single mom is used to condition to being in this space to take care of those kids and take care of her house. Then you have somebody who comes in and genuinely wants to add to that. Not saying single moms have never done this before, but I've personally seen a little bit of a pushback there, because first I have to see that this is right for me, have to know what your intentions are, I can't just open up my system to you. And then when I see that this is right for me, then I don't want to use the word ego, but like, you know, my pride can be taken down a little bit, my guard can come down because I'm comfortable in this space. So that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is just trying to see what'll work, and you find what works for you.
Ty, you had a challenging year, I would like to think. You had festival at the festival. You had a couple, without saying the moments, you had a couple public hiccups in regards to music.
Facts.
How did you actually manage to stay consistent with that? Like, some of the things that I seen, I'm like, man, fuck all this shit, I'm done, forget it. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Did you still continue to do festivals because you had your own, and you still continue to drop the music, you still continue to do shows as you did last night? How did you manage to work through that in order to stay consistent?
Really, it's just like, I'm not gonna stop, man. I'm persistent. Like, if I put my mind to doing some shit, I'm gonna make sure that I do it. Cause ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Right. You know, like, so I can't perform at this festival. Let me make my own, so I can perform at a festival. I can't do this show. Let me make my own show, so I can go do a show. You know, my videos. I ain't got no camera person. I ain't got the money to be giving out money like that. Let me go shoot my own shit off my phone. I gotta do me. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like we was talking about the, you know, getting a team or, you know, trying to do all hats. I personally do all hats because it's like, if I can't get somebody right away to do that shit, and I got this in me like right now. How else am I gonna get it done if I don't do it myself?
Right.
You know, so that's where
Does the product ever go lacking off of that? The fact of the matter, like, I do it myself. Do you feel like the product is ever compromised in integrity of it?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes.
It doesn't matter because it goes back to his point. You're being consistent. Some people might be like, yo, that was the best thing I ever saw.
Exactly, and that's where, like, when I talk about music with people and stuff like that, like, people will be like, you know, this person sucks, this person's great, I personally am like, always, you know, I don't care, you know, what that person sounds like or something like that. What I don't think is great, somebody else would be like, yo, that's the best shit ever.
Very subjective.
So, you know, why? Who am I to, like, you know, not try to go for what I want? If other people are doing it and they having, you know, success too and stuff like that. You know, you ain't gonna have no success if you don't put your foot forward to try to go do that, you know? So
I respect that, man. You gotta, for sure, you gotta learn to be resourceful because the show must go on. Like you say, when I got an idea, they got to get out, man. I can't wait till I'm in position to build the team necessary to do this. Sometimes you gotta be resourceful and figure out how to put the shit together yourself. So I respect it for sure.
Hell yeah, if I can't get somebody else to help me with it or something like that, YouTube University, my dog. I'm gonna find
I
out.
was talking to somebody about that because I just got 2 cameras, right? YouTube University don't do well for me because it don't answer my question immediately. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, like, yo, man, what about this right here? FaceTime me real quick. They might respond, but I'm gonna figure that out. I'm on to the next question. What about this? So, but it does start. You know what I mean? You got some place to start from.
I think one of the biggest things for most independent artists, like when it comes to team and all of that, yeah, you want to do it on your own or whatever the case, but most people just need people to believe in them. I need like a couple of y'all to really believe in this, you know what I'm saying? And do your part so we can take it to where I'm trying to get this to go.
Exactly.
And that's all everybody really want, because we might say it's cool, I want to do it like this, but if you could have 3 or 4 people, you know what I'm saying, on your side, do whatever, we would all take that. You know
Are
what
y'all
I'm saying?
receptive to the feedback though? When you ask for a team, you're also asking for opinions. Are you open and like you know what? Let's try that. You know what I'm saying? Because first thing I'll tell somebody, you've done it your way for how long? Where has that gotten you? Besides working overtime for studio time.
For sure.
What would it hurt to listen to somebody else? Because most importantly, when it comes down to me, I'm a fan first. I'm a fan of all of y'all first. That's why I feel that I'm good at what I do. Like I can break down each one of y'all moments throughout this year right now. Y'all gave me hell for 4 months. I'm not gonna lie to you. All the way to April, I'm like, God damn. Your brother called me, matter of fact, he said, boy, I love what you're doing. You're keeping tally of everybody's stuff. Soon as it got a little bit warm, started to decline. I'm like, hot girl summer. Outside. You know what I'm saying? What was your highlights? What was your personal highlights of what it is that y'all done thus far this year? Because here it is, we're at the end of November. I mean, unless y'all plan on doing some Vince Carter at the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I like the way that sounds. I already know your wheel's spinning.
Oh yeah.
You got a battle, and you posted like, yo, let's see what the rest of the 4th quarter look like. I'm curious to see what you got going on. But nonetheless, what has been your, like, you know what? This is my proudest moment this year. This is what I set out to do, and boom.
Mine is definitely September Fest, the festival that I put on this year. Like I said, you know, I put out different applications and stuff like that for different festivals throughout the country. You know, every one of them hit me with the, sorry, we can't fill you, we can't put you in this year, something like that. So it was just like, bump it. Let me try to create something. So did September Fest. Wasn't like really big attended, but at the same time, it's a festival. It's your own festival.
That's the one I came to, right?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said when I got the car, because you met me at the car.
Exactly.
I said, before you say anything, this is a success. Because you did it. Don't worry about who showed up. Whoever showed up was supposed to show up.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, that you did. There's a lot of people that's dying with their ideas, and that's very unfortunate. But nonetheless, you did. That's why I said it's a success. And congratulations again on that.
I appreciate it.
And you didn't try. Well, you tried not to let me pay. But I said, no, I'm buying the ticket. I'm here.
Yeah, I was gonna let you like this.
Nah, here's your money for a ticket. But nonetheless, I'm sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Oh no, you're good. So yeah, being able to you know, do everything that I've done this year, I just feel like I've thought about it and I actually made that shit happen. So, you know, music, shows, you know, put out there on Facebook or Instagram and stuff like that. Hey, I want to perform at this place, and that place hits me back. All right, come on, do a show. Bet. All right, you know, like putting your brain, your thoughts and stuff like into the air, and actually being able to see it come to fruition is like my favorite thing this year. So that September Fest being like a brain baby at one point, and then just lining up the artists, doing the venue, we had horses out there. Like who got horses at your first
some other
festival?
stuff that was funny too. As the night went on, I was like, yo, my man really did that just now? All right, cool.
Right,
But nonetheless,
so yeah, like just we got horses out there, we got hibachi out there and stuff like that. Like just seeing stuff like that happen at, you know, something that it was a thought at first. It was just that made my heart warm. I shed a tear in front of everybody.
Well deserved.
But you know, it was just like the blessing, man.
Zay, what about you?
I struggle with being proud of myself, man, when it comes to the music shit. Like,
Why is that?
Like I want to be him, man. You feel
You
me?
are.
But I want to be
There's only
him
one label
for
guy.
real. I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's levels that you really want to reach.
Right.
And you want everybody else to know that you there. Even
why
though,
don't
even
you
though
know?
a few people might, you know what I'm saying, respect it, it's like, it's bigger than Spartanburg. You know what I'm saying? And I struggle with instant gratification. Everybody want that. As soon as you post, it need to hit because it's that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I drop, everybody need to know this the one. Or you know what I'm saying? It's like I want that. I don't know everybody else want it, but I want that, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard for me. That's why I don't always be as consistent as I really want to be.
You know, you have to tell people it's a hit though, right? Like that's my opinion, that's the artist's job. Most fans don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. So you have to tell them, this is it. This is it. One thing I told my wife, when creating your art, anybody for that matter, any creator, when creating your art, you create from the purest place. Purest place, don't compromise that. I don't care how you feel. You want to do little yachty, little, the whole time? All right, that's how you feeling right now. But where you can actually start to, you know what I mean, is when you're marketing it, when you're advertising it. That's when we can, all right, let's shake the tree a little bit right here. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta tell people it's a hit. You gotta tell them that. They be like, no, it's a hit. Who are you like? It's a hit. Let me check this joint out. Now the product gotta be good. You put asses in the seats. You just gotta make sure the movie's good.
Yeah.
And you make great movies.
Not to interject, bro, but what you were saying about like wanting that instant gratification and shit, I really feel like the algorithm game fucked that up, bro. Like,
For sure.
Do you feel it when you're outside?
You
Do
gotta
feel
be
it when you're
strategic
outside?
about the time of day, the day that you post.
Yeah,
You gotta
true.
figure out how to work all this. That's like a whole nother.
But is it a feeling when you're outside? When do people stop you and be like, yo, that joint was fire, you killed it? Do people stop any of y'all?
Yeah.
So that direct to consumer is where it's at right now.
And that's what I was about to say too.
Okay.
Like, what I would say, when I did the producer of the year, people gotta stop with the independent mindset.
Yep.
If you treat yourself like a major, they'll treat you like how you treat yourself. So when you treat yourself like you him, they'll treat you like you him. The moment you start going out there and being like, I don't know, and not knowing how to take compliments, when people, me and Snook talk us all the time, hey bro, you looking good, bro. I'm trying to get like you. No, you ain't. You ain't trying to get like that person. Why you saying that?
Absolutely.
Right? Just take the compliment. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And now you can move about it. So when I put the producer of the year out there, I don't worry about what nobody else say, because I know who I am, and God, you should know who you should know who you are, because it's like when you're doing stuff like that, of course when you put it out there, of course you want to get there, like so you want to go viral and stuff like that. But it's a slow burn. Sometimes it's a slow burn. You're in a smaller city, you're in a smaller marketplace. So now it's figuring out, okay, what do I need to do? I got to work 10 times harder than somebody who live in Atlanta, who live in New York, who live in Miami, right? But you got to have that major mindset. If you have an indie mindset, that's where it's going to stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at all our music goes on the same platforms as everybody else, right? It's not like they have an indie platform. It's like Apple Music plays Gotti, plays Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. So you got to have the Chris Brown mindset, even if people are like, you ain't Chris Brown. You making music the same way, right?
But also understand it's the World Wide Web.
Fact.
People really centralize social media to their county lines.
Yeah.
It's the World Wide Web. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you here on camera. I've said this off camera and private. You are one of them guys. I'm this. I don't have to say it's in front of the camera, but you are, and I need you to believe that. So now I'm gonna call you every month to make sure, like, yo, who's this? I need you to say Zabel, not Zachary. Zabel.
It ain't even the fact that I don't believe it.
Right.
I know it. You feel me?
Right.
So it ain't got nothing to do with me.
What about
It's
your
just-
action? Do your action show?
I don't know.
Yeah, put it out there.
I feel like he do. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I'm still me.
Talk about how my bro, like, your song was played at your school during the football
Oh shit!
game.
What?
Like, I want to do that shit, but you done did that shit, so it's like, that's big, bro.
I don't want to like undermine nothing I done, but it's like I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to get too comfortable patting myself on the back instead of, like y'all saying, putting one foot forward, keep going.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a balance you gotta have, because you don't want to feel like I've arrived because I've accomplished those things. You always want to keep that same hunger. Like, I know it's more than this is for me.
Dave, what was your moment this year?
Like I said, I would say a collective of things. The producer of the year thing that was just the moment me and Black was talking about. I was like, I'm about to do it. So I was like, I ain't waiting on nobody to give me my flowers. So I'm gonna go smell these drinks myself. Between that though, dropping, I don't know when this is coming out, but by the time this comes out, it could be 5 projects, but it's 3 at the moment. And working on doing Doc's album, 7th Day, because we did that in the night. And that's my big cousin. Everybody know. We did it in one night. That's all. We did it one night. And that's my big cousin. Everybody know how I feel about him. If they don't, that's my guy. I've always looked at him in high regards when I was younger. So to be able to produce that album for him and have amazing songs in there, like I said, to each his own. But I'm like, that's rap album of the year to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely that for me. It's between that and Chubby.
Yeah.
But depending on the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
And the fact, I tell Doc all the time, that we did this in one night. If we took time. So I'm saying, I like to be a dangerous person when I walk outside the room. You know what I'm saying? So again, for me, that was very important to do because oftentimes I feel like I get slept on, but realistically this year I stepped into, I'm not sleeping on myself. And if I gotta just put out this output to show people like, hey, as much as you wanna sleep on me, you can't. You know what I mean? That was a very important thing for me this year. So I would say between those 3 things, I know it's not one, but between me dropping my own music, doing Doc's album, and the producer of the year, Claim.
Do you have that frame?
I don't. I'm gonna get it framed though by the end of the year. I'm gonna get it framed for sure. So.
Tariq, what was your moment? Was it when Tay-Rock shared your post?
It's a lot, and I've been sitting here thinking like, dang, it's about to be on me. To answer, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what I could boil it down to is like, I feel like even before battle rap, just as a producer and a recording artist and whatever hats, I've been trying to break through this glass ceiling, and I've been feeling this feeling behind the scenes of like, I'm doing all these things, I'm not being appreciated, I need that moment where I break through and it has like reach to where people will go back and appreciate the things I've been doing. And I feel like that happened this year with battle rap. And the crazy thing is, like you go on my Instagram, I haven't ever deleted a post, so you're gonna see me making beats, you're gonna see me and Luck in the Upstate Cypher, you're gonna see everything I've been doing. And I said something simple like, told somebody to shut the fuck up while I'm rapping. That goes super viral on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So every day there's people just scrolling through my social media to stuff from years and years and years ago, and it's finally getting that appreciation. And ironically, had I not been consistent and had I continued to be in my head and not post anything, there would be nothing there to appreciate when this happened. So I'm just thankful that I got out of my head, stopped looking for a certain amount of likes at a certain time and just left the stuff up there just for people to experience. A lot of times I want to take one listener or one believer.
Right. Yeah.
They could be the first view. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wanted to say that to all of us, everybody here. Some of y'all already know, y'all all might already know, but just keep putting the content out. I know it's frustrating. I be hurt behind the scenes a lot. Just seeing like, dang, bro, this is fire. Like, why is it not? But it's just, and the TikTokers taught me too. Like, I'll post one time. And like, okay, let me delete and try to post again. They'll post the same video over and over and over. You scroll your For You page, they pushing the same song with 6 different videos. So just keep putting the content out over and over and over.
What was your one moment? Well, matter of fact, what was your moment? Let's not even make it a second this time.
Yeah, man. I probably had to say, overall, just getting the Tribe Called Culture show started. That's something I wanted to, try my hand at different things outside the music for a few years now. So being able to bring that to fruition and see the love we've been getting from that, that's probably at the top for me. But I do want to say, where Ty said about you showing up to the festival and insisting on paying and stuff. But when the movie road thing happened, you were like, bro, I can't make it, but you still send money for a ticket to show that support. And like, that could just go a long way, bro. If it was more people like that, then all of us would feel, more inspired.
Dude,
to keep
I'm
going.
a fan of y'all, man. The fact, and the thing is, I may not per se from a taste level like it, but nonetheless, you did it. You won. You won a rating me because you did it. That's all that matters to me. And I'm like, if I can, not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that.
I
right
share
there.
what they were saying. It does get frustrating, man. As the creator, you sitting on something that's, man, this is dope, man. Obviously, we all biased to our own work naturally as humans, but It is frustrating when you was like, damn man, I just dropped this shit at the wrong. I posted it, not dropped it. I posted this shit at the wrong time on the wrong day. It ain't getting the love that I feel like it deserved. But I had to kind of some way come to terms with like, so what, bro? Just keep going.
Is that discouraging?
It is.
Y'all don't use that as
I said like that. On to that. Like earlier this year, March. My March song was called "Hold On." All right, hold on. A couple months later, another song. Well, really, hold on. People coming to me talking about, bro, didn't you do this shit like March and shit like that? And it's like I humble myself to be like, okay, I'm glad she did that shit. It's getting the reception that it needs. If she just so happened to want to do a remix, which boy, hey, I'm ready. But it was like there's just the fact that you recognize that I did that. And that, that song was already out there and stuff like that. You listened to it, you liked it, and you wanted to kind of defend it or something like that. It was dope. So it gets discouraging, but at the same time, it's a reward to know that, I'm not the only one that has my back with this shit,
Mm-hmm. So I would say for me, my highlight was the Vince Staples show. We did a Vince Staples premiere. Y'all may have saw that. Yeah, you was there.
That was dope.
You was there, matter of fact, too, Tariq. The picture by itself, I literally have that picture hanging up behind my desk. I look at that every day. I'm just like, these are a bunch of artists that probably were aware of each other, but never met each other. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the room with Daze. I invited Daze to a conversation. There was another producer, great producer, B33. He came in saying like, man, with Daze, I can't wait to meet him. Daze was standing right in front of him. He didn't even realize it was him. And to see that, yo, I know your songs, that is why I do what I do. I genuinely love this thing that I do, man. And that's what I try to keep at the front of my mind. Don't get caught up in like, okay, this person's doing this, all right, cool. I only got X amount of views on this, all right, cool, it don't matter. It's the fact that this is a kid that went to New York for the whole summer listening to the radio, listening to Funk Flex on the radio, listening to watching Rap City, staying up for Young T. This is what I always wanted to do, is be a radio personality. So whenever y'all see the faculty, that's what y'all see. Y'all see a kid that always wanted to be in radio. And that's why I continue to do it. Sometimes it is frustrating. I ain't gonna hold you now. Sometimes shit frustrating as hell. You get hard. You ain't see this right here? Dog, there's a lot of people that I'm trying to keep up with. Right. And if you see something that I did, like you did, you're more, all right, cool, just do it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because if it gets disrespectful, then, God bless you. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's important that role that you've taken on of connecting the dots, like you say, getting creatives in the room together. They might not have. That's important, and everybody ain't willing to, because that ain't being the star. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so focused on it, making it about them. They don't want to be that person that's connecting the dots. And so I respect it. So
your man Skillet will tell you, I do not like attention. I do not like, Craig, don't put my name on nothing. I would prefer it that way. It's just the fact that when you sit back and you look at that thing, it's like taking credit for Christmas. Like, nah, look at your kids. They're excited. You want to be that asshole to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I know people like that, but you want to be that? Nah, you just sit back and be like, that's it right there. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at it as. So whenever y'all do post something new, I'm like, oh, wow, work? All right. And something else, for the record, I don't like getting music early. I don't like that.
yeah, we talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like that whatsoever. I'm a fan. I want to find how we've all found out when Doc dropped. I want to find out you drop. Oh, work. Oh, all right, cool. This got another joint. Okay, cool. So they would, woo! That gets me excited. That's the part that I like. I understand where I may have worked myself up to, and y'all, I appreciate it. Thank you for y'all thinking highly of me for that. I just want to be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Let me stay in that fan space. But that was my moment right there, the Vince Staples show. That was my moment. I had a hard time sleeping that night right there. I was just looking like, wow. And they all enjoyed it. Everyone was having fun.
The sense of community is so important. Like, just everybody having their own villages, but even us as peers reaching out to each other and just think about all the times that if you got a text every time somebody actually listening to your songs, you got to put a face to the people that love what you do. Like my Apple Music, if y'all use Apple Music, they give you the playlist of the top 100 songs. My stuff has my peers on it every year.
Absolutely.
Zabo, Revolver is in my top 20 this year. Lux, Love and Luxury last year was on my list. High too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that community aspect is needed. We just need to hear if it doesn't matter who it is, somebody that's important to us telling us like, I like what you're doing, because we
So it's important for your peers to acknowledge you.
Absolutely, in my opinion. Now I'm not going to say I'm going to change what I do based on just any opinion, but I'm saying like my peer, like I value your opinion.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Those people reaching out and just giving an opinion, even if they don't like it, I'm hearing that you listen and you want to talk about what's going on. Those things keep you driven.
Real quick, just you mentioned the Vince Staples thing. I just want to throw this before we move on to the next. That moment when you posted that and seeing all the great artists in the room together, that inspired me. Like, I gotta step it up, bro. I was supposed to be in the room. And we talked about it many times. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, that just looks so.
I don't think I was. See, that's the thing about it. I don't think I was aware of you at the point in time. Mm-hmm. But when I found out about you, I'm like, okay, cool. Now we can go. Because again, there's a lot of people that are like trying to be like, yo, Mo, check this artist out. All right, cool. And I want to, because I'm a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? But when someone gets left out, sometimes they scream a little too loud. I'm like, dog, there's no way I could, like, if anyone knows me, they'll tell you he didn't do that intentionally. That's not what he does. You know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate that. I'm glad it's something to strive for. Even this right here, next year, I would love to see y'all here, but I want to see more people here. We might have to get a bigger room. Like, because I'm watching. I'm trying my best to keep up. So again, the community part right there, I would say I appreciate the fact of not only participating, but acknowledging it. And I want other people to grow the community. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why I should just be one of anything.
Yeah,
y'all need options. The conversation that I have may not be the conversation Days has. The conversation it's not what Cartier is going to talk about.
Hopefully it's not. You know what I'm saying? Have all those different
right. Well, hopefully everyone's themselves. Yeah. So therefore, you won't even. You know, you got a Sway, you got a Kai, you got a Charlemagne, you got options. And I think options is a beautiful thing. When we start to be like, nah, I could only be the only one. Nah, you're not aiding in this space right here. You know what I'm saying? So what does 2025 look like? We'll end on that note right there for each one of y'all.
I got
keep in mind this is going to be part of your mood board, so we're going to definitely screen record this and send it to you.
I'm dropping a project in May. Promoting and doing shows for this show. This project that I'm dropping in December, but dropping another project in May. Planning on giving it a big push. And I did get to the point where it was like, you know, if this project don't do what I expected to do, I might hang it up. That's when I'm not gonna lie. I did think that this year. I did.
Are you still in that same space?
Like I'm starting to develop into like a different place where it's like, okay, maybe I can continue.
What do you want this project to do? Let's make that clear.
I want to. This year I went to Texas. I'm trying to go to New York and everything above. I'm trying to go, you know, across the country with it, trying to have other people be like, oh shit, that's Ty Graves. Like, you know, I've had that, but you know, to see it on a bigger scale, that's what I'm expecting.
You want more recognition?
Yeah.
For your art.
Because like I've been doing this shit long enough where it's like I need to see some type of return on this shit. You feel me? Not even monetary. It's just like, you know, know that your boy is like this.
It's appreciated.
You know that your boy is spitting through. You know. So like I know what I'm doing, but I want you to know what I'm doing too. So you know, project next year, more marketing, Let's Grow Up Incorporated is on the rise. So that's all I gotta say.
Zeba, what's up? What's for 2025? You're coming off a Revolver, fire hit. You jumping through the video with the bottle of Julio over your head.
Yeah, I got like, I can't say if I'm dropping 1, 2, or 3 projects. I'm putting out more music. I'm gonna have a clear direction of where I'm going. Mm-hmm. That's really what this last half of the year I've really been focused on, is clear direction and not just all over the place in my own right. You know what I'm saying? Like clearly going to a sound or to a lane, R&B wise, or if I'm gonna be on some more poppy, it's gonna be all that. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping my direction clear, making everything make sense, the look and the sound and the content that I'm gonna put out. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everything professional and just clear. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just make sure I do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just as soon as I feel something, do it, and it might look this way. You know what I'm saying? Just be intentional about everything I'm trying to do. Cause I got the music, you know what I'm saying? I got in the top, I'm ready now, but I don't want my output to be lackluster. You know what I'm saying? I know the music fire, but I need to put it in their face the right way.
My man. Very nice.
Sure.
Days.
Yeah, I would say for me, to be honest with you, like I said before, like I listen to God and I'm on go at all times. But if I had to narrow it down to a few things, definitely a ton more show concepts, a ton more communal sessions as we've been doing, a ton more albums. But next year I have goals, right?
Okay.
So I might have goals every year, but you know, like there are a lot of things that are going to happen next year. I already know it. You know what I'm saying? Like a ton of things are going to happen, but I want to continue to build with my team. I want to continue to build Winter 97 up into what we strive to be. I want to continue to help on projects with Black, help on projects with Luck, Snook, etc. Everybody in the camp. But yeah, more albums, more shows. Yeah, that's all I'm saying at the time. But it's a lot that I have that I'm prepared for and I'm ready for, and I look forward to seeing you guys continue to bless. And don't quit, man.
Nah,
Don't quit. I'm gonna tell you why you don't quit. You don't. If you love music, and I don't want to preach. I know it's Sunday. You love music. It's not about what somebody else tells you you are. It's about who you say you are. You never know that. You never know how close you are. You quit in May, June could have been right around the corner for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't quit because of somebody else. Do it because you want to do it. So I just want to show you that. But yeah, that's for me.
Tariq, what's good?
This year, one of my biggest prayers was just me asking God to like keep me reminded that all I have to do is just speak. You know, let's just talk about it. And so going into 2025, when I start, I always want to remember like wherever I look, God is there, and get out of my head and think about that more. And for me, ideally, along with whatever is in store, I actually want to do less is more with battle rap. It got me to a certain place, and I'm gonna continue to, you know, grow there. But I really want to give the people that believe in me that finally he's back here when it comes to being a producer and a recording artist and all the other things. I want 2025 to be a very impactful, like, we've been waiting on this, finally. You know, that's what I want 2025 to be.
2025 is your breakout.
Absolutely. That's
Can I interject real quick? You gonna let me do your album? Or you gonna?
absolutely, I'll be honest.
You just heard about the camera.
On camera. I'll be honest. So yeah, exactly. See what I'm talking about? Like, you know, I value this man. So that's the things I want to, I really want to lean into. I want to live in that space in 2025. You know, like being here with y'all, even though I just met both of y'all today, I feel very comfortable, very at home, and it feels like this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And I want to feel this as much as I can in 2025. So,
Cartier, what's good?
I know it's new music for sure. Cause like I said, when I look back at 2024, that's why I had to make that list. Cause it seemed like as far as musical output, which is my first love, it ain't been the most consistent year for me. I dropped a couple singles and then the joint
You dropped a couple
project.
singles, you dropped an album, joint prop with your man Hoodsie.
Yeah.
You did a couple freestyles, you did a couple performances, you did a movie, you started a podcast. Like, what you
But like
talking
I say,
about?
you always feel like, man, I ain't done it though. This ain't like everybody else is just, but they almost at the finish line. I'm just getting started.
I would say with anything with that, because like I said, I can literally list off what y'all done. My critique would be to put more emphasis on putting it in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you'd have done that, I don't even think you would have done half of the stuff that you did. If you'd have put it in front of that first half, in front of people, I don't think you would have got to the other half because they'd have been still digesting what it is that you had put out. But nonetheless, no, you did a lot, man.
But for sure, the solo music that I meant to get out this year, that you know, life happens, and I've been trying to wear a lot of hats and go into. I did the acting thing, I did the show thing, so the musical output is gonna be for sure more in 2025, and then just keep growing and going, man. The Tribe Called Culture, I want to keep that show going and keep new ideas going with that, keep growing with that brand. And I want to do more movie roles. I'm going to a casting call next week, matter of fact.
Congrats.
I was just in that last movie for a split second, but it was still a cool experience, and he had the whole premiere thing at the theater, so it was just like, you know, it's something I always wanted to do. So, and I want to add more stuff like that too that I ain't thought of yet, but when I sit down and make my list of 2025, I want to do more stuff that I haven't done yet.
Let me actually say this before we go. I want to point out your favorite moments for myself. Yours was your perseverance. You know what I'm saying? You know when I'm talking about social media and your perseverance, you had a few hiccups and what you kept going. That right there, my man.
Yes, sir.
Your moment, your revolver, I got phone calls about that right there. And again, you set the tone for the year. You know what I'm saying? With that Offset joint, like you set the tone because you really had to look comfortable. I'm like, oh nah, this is it. This is gonna be crazy for sure. You know what I'm saying? Days for You was Dark album and the fact that you showing your face on social media more. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we had that conversation in private, like you'll do it and then what? You're on to the next. But no, you cut on Instagram and you follow him, you're going to see his face. You know what I'm saying? You, the fact that you got recognized by Tay Rock in those bars. The bars, and also something else, I would say, your perseverance, because social media be trying to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? But you're still there. You're still there. I don't think from a social media standpoint that you actually really allow it to get to you because your action says otherwise because you continuing to go. You're not curling up like, all right, just leave me alone. Nah, you still getting busy. So nonetheless, that's my moment. And for you was definitely the podcast and watching it grow, the show, watching it grow. Because I watch every episode. You know what I'm saying? When I start talking about sports, I fast forward. Because I'm not a sports guy like that. But nonetheless, when the first episode, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I had told Dave, I said, all right, I like it. Let's see how far this goes right here. Let's see where we go with this, right? I'm like, all right, damn, episode 20?
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's gonna be here for a minute. All right, cool. Like I said, I try my best to watch everything. So that was that moment for me right there for y'all. So again, I want to say I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Continue to do what y'all do, man. Continue inspiring people. And this right here is consistency, man. It's conversation, man. Peace.